All right, we're going to turn now to a current event happening 2 weeks from today. On August 6th, there will be a special screening of the Hero Street documentary series. The series looks at a block-and-a-half-long stretch of 2nd Street in Silvis, Illinois. During World War II and the Korean War, this one street lost 8 young men, which is more than any other street in America. Now, the documentary explores the stories of these heroes, and it comes from Emmy award-winning QC filmmakers Kelly and Tammy Rundle of Fourth Wall Films. Now, this particular episode we're going to talk about first premiered about 2 years ago, but this upcoming screening, which will be in Cole Valley, will provide attendees a live Q&A with the filmmakers. And one of those filmmakers joins us here right now in studio. Kelly Rundle of Fourth Wall Films, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't we start with what Hero Street is? Over the past century, just how many people have come out of this and gone into the service?
Well, Hero Street comes about around the time of World War I, when there was a manpower shortage, and the railroad sent trains down into Mexico and brought workers back. And so what we had in Silvis and the rail yard was a community of Mexican-American workers, and that is the origin of Hero Street. Now, around the time of the Great Depression, that enclave moved up to 2nd Street in Silvis. We don't know the number of young men and women who have served from Hero Street, but it's over 100. So it's quite a legacy of service, you know, coming out of that block-and-a-half long street.
Wow. And this particular episode that you're going to be screening in 2 weeks, it first premiered about 2 years ago. I mean, why host this screening now?
Well, we have requests for screenings of all of our films every year, and so it's just another one of those requests. But we loved having an opportunity to share the film with, with anyone who's interested. This episode is titled An Infantryman from Hero Street, and it focuses on the story of Joe Sandoval. And Joe was a young man who was married and had a child at the time he was drafted. And he was drafted as part of the build-up for the Normandy invasion. And sadly lost his life just a short time, a few days really, or short weeks before the end of the war.
Wow, so he never got to come home.
Didn't get to come home and didn't see one of his children that was born while he was in service.
Wow. And I understand we talked about 8 young men in particular. You're going to do a full documentary episode on each of them?
Yep, the introductory episode is Riding the Rails to Hero Street, and then we have 3 of the young men, their stories completed, and we have the 2 Korean War veteran stories in progress right now.
Wow. And you get help from WQPT for that? Or their studio space?
We got started with them through that first part, which was called Letters Home to Hero Street, and they've been a great ally. They are our broadcast premiere partner.
Well, now this series is, or this episode is Emmy-nominated. I mean, what does that feel like for you?
It feels great for us. It's always great, though. The fun part is to share that kind of news with all of the people, because it's really a community that forms around each of our documentary projects.
So people want to go check out the episodes that are already done. How can they do so?
They can do that through herostreetmovie.com. They're available on DVD, also online streaming. We'd love to schedule showings, of course, if people want to do that. It's always gratifying to be present when your film's being shown and see how people respond.
And hopefully you get a lot of people 2 weeks from today,
right,
on August 6th. Kelly, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate this.
Thanks for having me.
And hey, you guys, you can meet Kelly in 2 weeks at a special screening of episode 4 in Cole Valley. We have the time, date, and location all up on our website. All you got to do is click on the As Seen on TV tab.